Welcome to the Retiring Club. My name is John, and I will be your host for this meeting. In this meeting of the Retiring Club, we're going to take a look at the personal budget using myself as an example and apply it to the different tier levels that you have for Social Security. And for me, the first tier level is going to be 65. I'm 63 and 4 months years old. 65 will be the first opportunity for me to really consider retiring early and having my medical insurance available. The second tier is my full retirement age of 67. And then finally, we have the age of 70, where you would get the additional amounts onto your Social Security. They're rating it at about 8% per year, every year that you delay. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into my spreadsheet. We'll take a look at this spreadsheet and just go over it. I do have one available for my bi-weekly income that comes in. So if you're the type of person who's interested in a budget spreadsheet, just let me know and I can email it to you. Okay. So my name is John and we are at the Retiring Club. We're looking at the different tier levels of the Social Security. Okay. And I'll be right back with you with my screen share. Okay. So here we go. We're going to take a look at the spreadsheet here. And what we got going on here is we've got the mortgage at 605, including the extra $100, 355.95 for the HOA, $47 on the gas. It does go up a little bit higher, $20 to $25 the first 3 months of the year. Um, that would include December, January, and February. Once you get into March and April, it's back to 47. $54 on electric, and that is going to be on a budget plan. All these utilities, I will ask for a discount when I turn 65. They'll give you a couple bucks off on the customer service fee. $93 on the Xfinity cable that I just got, increased $25 on that. 37.30 on the mobile phone. That is with 3 gigs of data. I connect to Wi-Fi everywhere. $120 on the groceries. $100 on the auto insurance per month. I put it in a money market account, collect a few dollars interest, and I pay it off every 6 months. And that's on a 2012 Honda Comprehensive. $70 in fuel. We've got medicine, 24.96 a month. I have some insurance for catastrophic illness as well as accident insurance because of all of the history in the family with the diabetes, cancer, heart disease, strokes, and things like that, and etc. $20 on a haircut. LA Fitness, 26.98. That allows me to go to any facility in the US. 14.98 is going to be the NordVPN for the security on the laptop and mobile phones, as well as $7.99 on Netflix. $170 is what I'm estimating on the escrow. So that comes out to $11.94. Now, to keep the cost down, I would definitely be advised to pay off the mortgage if I come out early, or to increase cash flow, pay it off as soon as I can. That's always going to be the best thing to do. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And so we got the $14,330 on a yearly basis. And if I was going to bridge until uh, 70, from 65 to 70, I need to have $71,000. And that doesn't even include any insurance as of yet. Okay, so we don't want to do that as of yet. All right, so we're going to go straight into the analysis of the Social Security here. And what you can see here is how my numbers came out. I got this all off SSA.gov. They had me at 65 taking 24, getting 2401 per month. I get a pension that starts at 65 at 223. I work at the stadium. I work at least 2 events, and I make at least $75. My last paycheck for 5 hours and 0.36 was 85. So this is estimated down a little bit, but not by much, only by about $10. Over here, we get our best case total on income by taking Social Security at 65. Now that 2774 is going to be pretty much what I get now from a full-time job. So that's when I looked at this. I got real excited. These are the yearly numbers. Here's the 1194 on that budget. And then I'm forecasting my traditional Medicare with VSP, eye care, and MetLife take along. Those are the ones I go with at 377 a month. That gives me 1203 walking around money. So I felt pretty good about that. I said, wow, I am getting close where I can come out a little early. Jeez. Now, over here, I'm going to unveil this one right here. This is how life would change with job loss. So if I have a job loss event, this is where we lose that monthly income. You got your 150 bucks coming in. You got your interest income. You can't count on that. And then your 1099 income. Now, the reason I have this like that is to calculate taxes. But anyway, if we look at the yearly job loss event or the bridge, you're at 1800 um, in your sporting events. Now, I actually can work more events. There's a soccer game going on right now. The call time was 3 o'clock. I got off at 4. But once I'm retired, I can go to more events. There's 6 events scheduled for the month of June, and there's 10 events scheduled for the month of July. So if you're making $85 and you work 10 events or some number, you can just do the math times that 85. That's how much you're going to bring in from your part-time job. There's no stress on it. You don't have to get rolling out of bed at 5:30 or 6:30. You get down there in the afternoon and you come home at night. It'll be late when you get back, but you ain't got nowhere to go. Um, and I had 2,200. Now, if the Trump big beautiful bill and they give us that deduction, it'll be $19,000 there. And so I'll take this out right here. It's at 15,000. It's a standard deduction, and this should come up and give me a base total. We should have it right about here. This is your budget right there. This math is not right. Let me see if I can get this done. Try it again here. It should be 19,000. $19,000 right there. Now, that's what it should be. And if the tax bill comes in, it would actually bump this up and it would be about $23,000 is what this would be. That's what you would get per year. This, I would 19,000 or 15,000, whichever standard deduction, that's when I'm going to pull out of the pre-tax portion of the IRA. It is in fixed income. I won't be selling any of the equities at all because I'm going to have 5 years in the short-term investments so I can draw on in case something like that happens, because I'm always concerned about job loss. And from the budget, that's what we have. This 1194 comes out to 14,000 right here, and looks like all my math just went out the window. Ooh, Lord. Let's see if we can fix this. There we go. That's much better. Much better. So I've got my this right here is probably going to come out. I think I had 840 because I would get the MetLife. take along for the dentist as well as a VSP. But this math right here looks a whole lot better than what I had there earlier. I don't know how that got screwed up. But this is an example of the job loss and the bridging that I would have to do. And this right here would be what I would have left over from this. All right, so moving right along over here at the Social Security, you can see I'm getting 2401. I like that. Let's just unveil the rest of these and take a look at it. I call these tier levels. So we're going to do a no field. So if I go to 67, I get 2771 per month, 223 from the pension, 150 from the sporting events, 3144, $11,094. And then what we're going to do is we have that comes from the budget. This leaves 1950 to take care of the medical coverage right here. Traditional Medicare, that leaves me 1473 walking around money. And this is on the monthly basis over here. Over here, this was yearly right here. So as you can see, once I get to 67 and start claiming, I'm in pretty good shape. This is walking around money. And the cost to delay from 65 to 67 is $38,000. That would come from my investments. And that covers 2 years. If we go over here, look at the 70, you're at 3437. We've got the same numbers on the pension, comes to 3810. You got a budget of 1194. Now this is gonna, this is gonna go up. What'll happen is all those numbers, as they get increases, I adjust them in that spreadsheet, and then I can come back, throw in the budget, and it'll remodel it. And so we're looking at 2616. As you can see, I've got Medicare up to 577 per month, and that's going to leave you with $2,039 of walking around. That's pretty good, but this is the problem that I have. For me to go from 67 or 65, let's use 65 to 70 is going to be $95,000 I got to draw out of my account. So that's a lot of money coming out of investments just to get this additional difference between 343.37 and your 2771. That is a big difference. So you're looking at I think I had $653 or something like that. But anyway, the amount of money extra that you're going to get over the same 3 years that you're pulling all this money out from is going to be, the 3 years is 20,000, and if it's 5 years, it's going to be a lot more. You're actually going to burn through $100,000 of your retirement just to get $653 more from when you're 67. I'm okay bridging to 67, but my decision is I'm going to go ahead and collect at 67. If I feel real good about the job, I maybe I can stay extra year, but I'm not counting on it. For me, this works because this right here at 65 is more than I could bring home anyway right now. So I don't see the point in going to 70. Another thing that I fear is that a 20% reduction in benefit is scheduled right about the time I retire at 70. And if I get hit with a 20% reduction, this 3437 will be below the 2771. And if I took it at 67 and they took the benefit, it would actually be reverted back to less than this 2401. And if you were 62 and they got a 20% reduction, I don't even want to think about how that's going to go. I'm betting that our government doesn't have their act together. You see how they did with the no tax on Social Security. I just don't believe it. I think I'll be screwed and disappointed. It's going to be tough to burn through $100,000 just to get 653 back. It would take some 12 years to make up that amount of money. Um, so I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go sometime after 67, but I may come out of work sometime after 65 so I can get started. So This is my analysis on Social Security, how I see it. I know if Joe Coon seen this, he said, you definitely got errors in your spreadsheet there. But let me tell you something. Inflation and any emergence is going to come out of the walking around money. It's always been like that for me. In any emergencies, well, I've got plenty of money in Roth. I've got multiple Roth accounts that I can draw on. I've got a couple that have already reached the 5 year and they have grown a lot. So I'll be okay. And I just want to show you how I see Social Security. And maybe you take some time and throw your own sheet together. Okay. So this is John with Elton's Retirement Journey and Travel. And I will end the meeting.